Adam McKay has done it again. He's managed to take an interesting premise and an all-star cast and completely ruin it.
Your death was so unremarkable and boring.
How dare you!
I don't remember the details, apart from one thing. You're gonna die alone.
I hated Vice, absolutely hated it. Was one of the most obnoxious movies the year it came out, featured some of the worst editing I think I've ever seen, and some of the least engaging characters that Adam McKay has ever directed, with a more annoying social commentary that felt really smug. Which is basically my review of Don't Look Up.
Something's been bothering me this whole movie, and I just figured it out. The whole thing's liberal. It's got a liberal bias.
Interesting. Does anyone else feel that way? 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Yeah, go ahead.
It's all facts, right? I mean, they had to vet all this with a lawyer. How does that make it? What's liberal?
You would say that libtard.
I really like its premise, which is about scientists discovering a comet that's on its way to destroy Earth. It's 4 times bigger than the one that killed the dinosaurs, and it's going to completely wipe out everything on Earth. And they're scrambling around trying to get people to pay attention and notice it and do something about it. I really like that premise, not just because it's kind of a high concept idea, but it's something I'm actually interested in as well. I really like astronomy. I really like this type of thing. So it was promising, and it wasn't based on real events. Yet Adam McKay managed to ruin it.
You would say that libtard.
I mean, the first hour is literally scene after scene after scene of the same thing happening over and over and over again. These characters, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, they find the comet. They go to the government says no. They go to the media says, oh, we don't want to, frighten people. We want to have people take their sour pill a little bit better. So they go to the government, and the government says no, and they go to the media, and the media says no, and it's just scene after scene of this. It's almost the exact same scenes happening on repeat for an hour. It's shocking. The social commentary aspect of this needs to be handled a lot more delicately than Adam McKay knows how to do. It's ripe for it. You can do plenty with this premise in terms of social political commentary, if done right. But Adam McKay is not that guy.
We're just looking for that one good take.
Don't be shy. Come on, you're very excited.
This is all wrong.
It's so ugly and cynical and disgusting, I honestly couldn't believe it. I even agree with some things that this is saying and doing, but it feels so condescending to the point where even if you agree with everything it's saying, it is just gross. It feels like these grimy hands are just all over you watching this stupid 2.5-hour nightmare. So you can watch Fight Club, you can watch RoboCop, you can watch Lego Movie, and get a fun time out of all of them. You can have a lot of fun with all of these movies without thinking about what it's actually saying. All of these movies work independently of their commentary. Now, I realize movies like Fight Club are more or less just movies about capitalism. I mean, the entirety of Fight Club is just taking down the man, but it's still a fun movie to some extent. Without that, you can just watch it and enjoy Brad Pitt's and Edward Norton's performance and chemistry.
How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight. I don't want to die without any scars. So come on, hit me before I lose my nerve.
God, this is crazy.
So go crazy. Let her rip.
Hey, I don't know about this.
Here in Don't Look Up, there's virtually nothing to latch onto outside of that commentary. It exists solely to be political commentary, and it's gross. It's not fun, it's not funny, even though it tries. It just comes across condescending and disgusting. The first hour of this is trying to tackle media, trying to tackle government, trying to tackle capitalism, but in incredibly broad strokes. Again, that's just not that interesting. And then the last half gets really specific for no reason. It gets really honed in on the divide between the left and right parties.
And if we can't all agree at the bare minimum that a giant comet the size of Mount Everest hurtling its way towards planet Earth is not a fucking good thing, then what the hell happened to us? I mean, my God, how do we even talk to each other? What do we What have we done to ourselves? How do we fix it?
Your premise is about a comet coming to destroy the Earth. And at one point, the Republican Party, who's in the White House, launches a campaign to smear the leftist propaganda about the comet coming to blow the Earth up, which you can literally look up to see. And so their campaign is, don't look up. And all the red hats are there, we're not gonna look up, we're not looking up. Doesn't quite work. This type of idea is so silly. In a Lego movie, I think it could work. In RoboCop, I think it could work, because that future is so dystopian and gross. But this is just like modern America, and having a smear campaign where weeks and weeks go by where people literally don't look at a comet that's directly above their heads, you'd think that at least somebody would go like this. But apparently the entire Republican Party is brainwashed losers who don't look up, according to this movie.
You would say that libtard.
But why is this movie set solely in America? It almost seems like this movie thinks that no other country has the power, the resources, or the ability to deflect or destroy a comet. At one point it shows like, I think Russia or China trying to do something, and then the rockets just blow up because they're worse than America, I guess. Like, this is weird. It's it's kind of ugly, the way that it portrays the rest of the world outside of the US, and it's trying to make the US look a lot worse, and yet somehow it does not even consider that the rest of the world would also be trying to blow up this comet. It is just about the US. It feels so condescending to one specific party. It feels so cynical to one specific party, and it doesn't do a great job of poking fun at the right things, if you know what I mean. It's just not, it doesn't quite work. And that's to say, I like some of it too. I enjoy some of this in terms of the commentary. I think it can work. I think some of it I even agree with. It's just the fact that it feels gross. It feels like it's coming from a place of we're all screwed and there's nothing we can do about it. And that's encapsulated with the ending when the planet just gets destroyed by the comet because people couldn't come together and solve the problem. I know that's the message of the movie, but that is not a way of thinking I want to be a part of or condone or even watch or read or anything. That way of thinking is not gonna help anything, and it's just gonna make people feel more and more isolated from the people around them. It's one of those movies that feels like it's just a tweet. In fact, I have a tweet that I'll write about this movie, and you can read the tweet and then don't have to watch the movie, because that's it. So here you go. America is a place so politically divisive, if a comet was coming to kill us, we still wouldn't be able to come together to stop our own destruction. There you go. That's the movie. Bye-bye.